Breaking. We are coming to you with a story that is bigger than anything happening on this planet. Because today, we are talking about what is happening above it. NASA just completed the Artemis II mission. 4 astronauts flew further into deep space than any human beings in recorded history. And now, the agency is setting its sights on something that will completely redefine civilization as we know it. A permanent, nuclear-powered base on the moon. I'm Marcus Webb, and this is CarePlay Universe News. Let's get into it. The mission that changed everything. Over the past 10 days, the Artemis II crew orbited the moon, broke humanity's distance record from Earth, and began their return to the Pacific Ocean. As reported by National Geographic, written by science journalist Robin George Andrews and published April 10, 2026, the mission's success now sets the stage for a return to the lunar surface as early as 2028, followed by the construction of a permanent moon base. The plan: build a city on the moon. NASA is not talking about a brief visit and a flag in the dust. They are talking about a real outpost, one that operates continuously, like the International Space Station does today. The target location is the lunar South Pole, where ancient craters contain deposits of frozen water untouched by sunlight for billions of years. Why does water matter on the moon? Because water is, as one expert put it, the oil of space. Split it with electricity and you get oxygen for breathing and hydrogen for rocket fuel. That means a moon base could eventually sustain itself. No costly supply runs from Earth required. Here is a question for you. Drop your answer in the comments. If humanity successfully builds a permanent moon base, should it be governed by individual nations, private companies, or an international coalition? Let's hear it. Nuclear power, rovers, and a lunar economy. Solar panels alone will not sustain operations at the lunar South Pole. Nights there last 14 Earth days, and temperatures plunge to extreme lows. The solution, according to experts across the scientific community, is nuclear fission. NASA is already planning to deploy a compact 100-kilowatt reactor to the moon's surface, and a nuclear-powered experimental spacecraft is targeted for launch toward Mars by the end of 2028. Meanwhile, autonomous lunar terrain vehicles will scout the surface, transport cargo, and support astronaut operations. 3 companies are currently competing for a multi-billion-dollar NASA contract to build them. Beyond that, the moon could eventually sustain a commercial economy built around mining water and a rare element called helium-3, which holds significant potential as a fuel source for nuclear fusion and next-generation computing infrastructure. A new space race. This is not solely an American story. China is accelerating its own crewed lunar program and has a joint agreement with Russia to build a nuclear-powered base on the moon's South Pole. The geopolitical stakes are substantial. Experts note that the policies governing how the moon's resources are used over the next century will largely be decided within the next 10 to 20 years. Whoever establishes a presence first sets the terms. Second question, and this one carries real weight. Should the resources discovered on the moon be treated as a shared global commons? Or should nations that arrive first have priority rights? Tell me where you stand below. Perhaps the most powerful moment of the entire mission came as the Artemis II crew emerged from behind the moon, with Earth and its natural satellite visible together in the stillness of space. Mission specialist Christina Koch reflected on what all of this means, not just the science or the geopolitics, but the human aspiration at the center of it. She spoke of exploration, construction, industry, and inspiration, and ultimately, of always choosing Earth. That spirit is what drives every mission that reaches beyond our atmosphere. Now, before you go anywhere, if this kind of content resonates with you, please take 5 seconds. Hit that like button, leave a comment with your perspective on the space race, and subscribe to CarePlay Universe for ongoing coverage of the stories shaping our world and our future. And here is something equally important. While NASA is building infrastructure on the moon, there are families in Greater Boston who need support right now. CarePath Family Initiative is a nonprofit organization providing wraparound programs, mentoring, case management, youth workforce development, young parent support, and autism services for multilingual youth and families between the ages of 5 and 23. we are building something just as essential as any space mission. Clear, supported pathways forward for the next generation right here on Earth. You can support our mission and make a direct contribution at carepathinit.org. Every dollar matters, and every family we serve carries a story worth telling. For National Geographic, for CarePath Family Initiative, and for every person who looks up at the night sky and wonders what comes next, I'm Marcus Webb. Stay curious, stay engaged, and we will see you in the next report. CarePlay Universe, out.